Hey, chat. Welcome. Gonna get right on it here. In fact, look, I'm just gonna do this. Boom. I'm already doing this. Get some audio. I gotta pick up my daughter from oral surgery from getting her wisdom teeth removed at some point later this morning. Could be mid-event here. If so, I might not finish today. If I don't finish today, I'll probably save to finish tomorrow after we do another draft tomorrow or something. But just fair warning that this may not last as long as it usually does. Check out my sponsor, Card Kingdom, if you want a place that lasts. They've been there forever and will continue to be. Lantern Flare is very good. Really, I've had this in mono white. I've had this in Boros, and when I had it in Boros, I often just cast it as a mono white card anyway. So I like it. Bleed Dry might be a little better. This is cheaper, but Bleed Dry is a little cleaner in this world. I also like the Fell Stinger. Maybe you could argue that over Bleed Dry. But Bleed Dry is just so that it's like the heart of the format in terms of like what you need to get through it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the truly premium removal. And where we got now, here's some more removal. Not premium, but good. You can at least select it. Don't love anything I'm seeing here. A bunch of 3/3s that could do better, right? There's this top row of 3/3s. They're like, yeah, Mariner is solid, and then Impulse actually jumped out at me as totally takeable. You want to go Mariner though? This is the best creature for sure, and Impulse and Retribution the best spells. Cut Color, not for Bat. If I was gonna take a red card, I think I'd just take the Impulse. Retribution might just be Retribution though. I kind of like this too. I'm gonna take the Retribution. Start with a couple pieces of removal. If we have to abandon black, we've still got removal in white. But that was an interesting pick of medium stuff, you know. Here we've got Wolf Strike. If we want to keep the trend of different colored removal piece by piece. There's Scavenger, the best on color card, which I like narrowly over the Fleeting Spirit, which has been pretty good. Okay, see, here we go. Just so you know, it does work. I have a text from my daughter. We'll tell you more in person, but my actual surgery is at 11:30 today, and they do need me in the office during it. We'll explain when I am back home. Okay. Well, there you go. So I'm going to need to be 15 minutes away at 11:30. So figure I'm probably going to be done streaming at 11 today. Sorry, 3 seconds. Well, I'm taking a Wolf Strike, I guess. Whatever. It's not a bad one. We'll stay open here. It's a reasonable pick. I prioritize the correct thing, my daughter's oral surgery. Patchwork Crawler is not very good. Gift of Fangs is fine. So is Lantern Bearer, but it'd be the first blue card. I'd rather take a second black card than a first blue card at this point. Toxic Scorp would be fine as well. You like the Ghoul over the Gift? I find I'd rather have first Gift than first Ghoul. I do agree that Lantern Bearer is better. It's just that I don't love getting into a fourth color. But that being said, it is, if we think it's the best card, I'm still down to take it and see which direction the table wants us to be. If we think, let's take a Scorp though. I'll do that. I like that with the Wolf Strike. Obviously, I'm a little distracted here. Hang in with me, gang. You take a Waltzer and add there's an Abrade and a Waltzer. That's pretty signally, right? I think we take the Abrade, but then we got to pay attention to this Waltzer. Darn it, now I wish I had taken the blue card and we'd have the Wooburg opener. Because that's what you want. Hey, if it's what the table is saying, it is what you want. We can take a wolf to be sure of, you know, find a lane here. I also like Epicure and Impulse again. Couple people on Epicure. I'm leaning wolf because I'd rather be 3 of 1 and then a bunch of 1s rather than a split 2 and 2. You're not wrong though about red signals, right? So I guess I should pay attention. But I'm going to go with my gut and take the Impulse over the Epicure, but maybe I'm wrong there. But I do think we got to pay attention to the red signal. You're right. Well, but if you say, oh, the red signals are so strong, we'll get them later. No, you're just passing the red signals to somebody else to jump on. We can take Statuette or Might. Might is more generically useful. But we're pretty creature light. We just need to be aware that we've started pretty spell heavy here. But I think Massive Might is fine. Yeah, I don't know necessarily that we're green-red here. If we take Statuette, we could end up back in black-red, for example. Wandering Mind would have given us something to think about if we had taken that blue card. As it is, though, a second Impulse. Can get too many of these, I suppose, but we'll take 2. Don't love any of this. Don't like any of this. Does any of this matter? Maybe the wolf might matter. Maybe. How happy are you to play this? To me, that's a sign of something didn't go quite right, but not a disaster. Like, but I don't want to play this. Ancestral Anger is fine here. You're happy to play it? I've never been happy to play it. I've accepted playing it, but I've never been happy to play it. Piercing Light. Maybe we backdoor into white here. It's a pretty reasonable removal spell for pick 11. And then pick 12 Grizzly Bear. We'll take it and keep our eye on the Naya Sitch here. And then 2 white cards left, including the Presence that we've talked about being completely playable. This just feels like it's not. Hello, rare buddy. Well, we're definitely green. let's lock that in. I think we're probably just green-red here. Red was very open in pack 1. Rending Flame, tough to pass, but we'll take the Oddity. And then let's see what the red is like here in pack 2. It was open, which means we sent, even though we took some red, we sent some additional red signals downstream. So we'll see if red actually flows this direction. Well, Child of the Pack would be a nice pickup, but Cemetery Prowler, heck, give me a 3/4 for 3. You know, 3/4 Vigilance for 3. The other text is fine and good, but just as a stat beast, we're happy with the Cemetery Prowler here. But yeah, I guess if you do the wolf theme, it's a creature and a wolf, so it reduces wolves by 2. Is that the idea there? All right, Infestation Expert or Weaver of Blossoms. I think they're probably of similar caliber. I don't know what the 17 lands data says on these, but I like them both. The Infestation Expert going wide is... Yeah, first weave. I mean, that's the thing. I think it's one of those close calls where I'm not going to sweat it too much because I think it's so close. It probably is not that huge of an EV hit either way. But we do have Oddity, which pumps the team if you can transform it. So go wide gets a little bit of a boost here with Oddity. Not a huge boost, honestly, at an 8 mana or 7 mana ability, but it happens. Wolf Strike or Wilds or pivot to lumber knot? No, I don't think lumber knot, but our creature count, we've got well, let's see. Okay, let's cut the Vampire Slayer because I don't think we're white. And then we're not lying about creatures. We've got 5 creatures that we would actually play. That being said, I don't know if that means you're suggesting wolf here. I'm still taking the wolf strike. Woof. Weaver. Good pick up here. Over Sharpshooter, another Waltzer. The uncommonness of the expert is another reason to lean there, like that we are just more likely to see more weavers and not experts. Just in terms of odds. White continues to seem pretty open, and red is awfully cut here. We may get it reflowing in pack 3, but only the child, the red-green card, is the only red card that's jumped out. But yeah, I suppose Minister is better than Distracting Geist. I like this card, so I saw it in the upper corner there. We'll take the Minister and see. We might be backdooring into some white action here. Ceremonial Knife is okay, but as noticed that we, yeah, I don't like the Lightning Wolf really, or the Celebrants, but this is not any indication of red being open. But I'm with you that we, like, in the abstract, I actually like the knife better. But with our deck needs, I think we got to go for the creature there. And we're pretty happy to get an outcast here for our growing red-green werewolf deck. So yeah, on that front, we'll take another Lightning Wolf, but I'm going to put this one on the board. I really hope we don't play it. Take this wolf. Yeah, I'm not expecting Child. That would be unrealistic. I think in that deck, in that pack, it would be cut from us just out of nothing else to do. Take a Celebrant here to get the deuce over the quad. What card are we talking about? Ooh, Wild still here is great. I think we're still going to try to be red. Although, again, the white is here. I'm going to cut it for now. We'll see. This pack's just gross. We're heavy green, and the only green in the pack is Snarling Wolf. Not gross in a good way. Gross in a, ugh. Yeah, gross in a first pick Celebrants way. It's sad, but true. If there was an incredible white card, I would consider hedging there. But if we're red-green, I guess we're happy to have this. I just want the Celebrants' first pick is sad. Come on, gang. I like the Celebrants. I'm not bashing the Celebrants. This is a fine card. But you want this at least 3rd or 4th. Come on. It's sad to take this first pick. Oh, please. In bomb format? In bomb format, it's sad to take a common. I don't care what it is. It's like maybe a Braid, I'm not sad. But come on. It is a sad first pick. This is not as sad. I like this as a second pick. Another 2-drop for the curve over basically nothing. A Braid. All right, I'll pretend that I got a Braid, pick 1, and Celebrants pick 4, and now I'm happy again. Disciple here over the 6. These werewolves are humans. You want to splash the Geist? I don't think so. Blue is wide open. I've not seen it, though. We're going to stick to our plan and not worry about gems. Hey, Weaver Blossoms. Double splash in 1 card. Tron put him in the arena and decided which card was better. All right. You got to do some mana math though too. Blessed Bolt, a fine pickup here. We're going to take it over Wolf and Rip. Well, maybe I should take Wolf. Let's recheck our creature count. Well, we're at 14 now. Not that we love all the creatures that are currently in here. But with Blessed Bolt, the Flame Blessed, or Blessed, I don't know if Blessed or Blessed is the thought here, but the Bolt as a curve squeezer, you know, fitting this in on turn 3, turn 5, turn 4, maxing out your mana while you play another spell. So good. Yeah, we're going to cut the anger for sure, right? Another Celebrant is fine. It's not a human. You take Fearful Villager on that front. It's a little more on plan. I guess we're actually low on 3s, and this is more on plan. Yeah. Now we have 2s covered more so than 3s actually at this point, although the impulses aren't really 2s, but you know what I mean. Mulch is in the colors we're playing, but we're not playing it. I guess this is just Vault progress time. Unless I want to take... I'll take a trainee in case we decide to pivot to green or want that option or something, or to white. Epicure here. This is where I don't love the Epicure. But we'll take it. Human... I've never... let's see. Maybe that card can fight its way in, but I doubt it. A Knife, more likely to somehow see play than white cards. But we do have, frankly, have enough low drops in white that we could absolutely make a white build. Not that it would be better, I'm just noting the density of our white cards. Yeah, if we like the Epicure because of the job that it does that's similar to the Impulse in terms of card quality, then like maybe we just want the Impulses. But maybe this deck just needs creatures because hey, we are trying to get wide for Oddity. Not that hey, we finally got to 7 mana and we turned that Epicure into a 2/2. We did it, gang. Right? I mean, I'm interested in Blood in the sense that it's something to do with spare lands, but we have a job for that as well. Oddity here is what we want to do with our spare lands. Yeah, exactly. It's a little win more, which is where expressing it as a reason the Epicure is good, I don't like, but I do think it's fair to express it as a reason the Expert gets a little better. Like we were already happy with this thing pumping out some 1/1s, and we're pretty happy that the random 1/1s it's pumping out can get better. We'll be hopeful. Put that here. What is our wolf count? We're at 4 and 4 on wolf werewolf. So 7 other things can make this flippable. Or not flippable, but cheap. That's what I meant. This is actually, I mean, heck, we only have 1 cut here. What are we even? Maybe it's obvious, and I'm just not even taking a look. Is there something? I kind of like all of our spells. Where are we at? 16-8. Is there a weakest creature like this? I think we got to keep this for the wolf factor. Scorp has a couple of wolf strikes to work with. Snarling Wolf, maybe it is the Epicure. I like the Scorpion because of the double strike. The Disciple does get the human boost of 7 humans. So I think it should probably be a non-wolf, but I don't want it to be the Scorpion because the Scorpion is a 2-drop that really does have a job with the double wolf strike here. So I'm going to pull the creatures I'm considering are least important. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I really do want the Celebrant. Snarling Wolf I could get. I guess I'll pull the Snarling Wolf, though, and the Celebrant as still being fairly weak. Yeah, maybe not Hodge. I'm just trying to pull over options. Maybe a Reckless Impulse is one of the options. Well, we have Wolfkin Outcast that wants wolves to be cheaper. And Cemetery Prowler exiling Wolf can make wolves cheaper, but they're not so important. Like that's why I put Snarling Wolf over here. Really, it's making sure this Outcast is cheaper and that we draw cards off of dead wolves. Yes, but well, let me make sure I'm reading the rules right. My thought was, if you exile a wolf creature, it is a wolf and a creature, 2 types, right? So then wolves become 2 mana cheaper. But isn't that a type, or is I thought type was subtype? Okay, only those. Okay, in that case, I've overrepresented one of my thoughts on wolf synergy. There you go. 20-umpteen years later of playing this game, I still don't know the rules. Are you kidding me? Anyway, so that means Snarling Wolf even more so for me is a potential cut, although it does again reduce the cost of the Outcast. And Disciples. Okay, we can pull those over as the discussion. I mean, I like Disciples better than the Celebrant, like, because we do have 7 other humans to trigger here. And Lightning Wolf is kind of a garbage wolf too. You're right. Like if we don't care that much about wolves, and especially like maybe the cheaper wolf matters more in terms of cheapening the Outcast, right? Because if we're playing a Lightning Wolf on 4 to make this quote less expensive, what have we really done, right? That's a totally fair point. So I'll pull the Lightning Wolf over. I think I'm going to pull the Disciples back and the Celebrants back. I think I just like my 2s. So I'm going to say these are your choices, and then I'm going to cut one of these and go. So we'll do 45 seconds and Epicure, Wolf for I guess Snarling. I got 2 wolves here, so I got to go Snarling and Lightning and Celebrants. I don't think we cut in the Celebrants, but I'll throw it on the list. I'll also say other. You can do your alt vote. I didn't put Impulse on the list, for example. Sounds like my daughter arrived back from what turned out to be a consultation. I'm going to check in with her. I'm going to put you on mute and call out to her. She didn't hear me. I think it must be on earbuds or something. Snarling narrowly beats out Lightning. All right. The Epicure may have split the vote there, but I'm not going to rerun it. We're just going to try Snarling. Maybe we'll try cutting Snarling and we'll rethink the plan after some games. Let me check for Ling requests. No. Let's go. I like Mirage for Gruul. And make a Mirage joke. Oasis. Wolfie. Impulsive. Yeah, I don't know how much we have to learn about it, Gar, but I like what Alexis is saying. It's just a matter of what 25th card we're going to run as our 23rd card here. And some synergies here are saying, okay, fine, that. And again, you know, like what I've said about, I think it was Tron, maybe he was playing this in our last gauntlet. It's like, this is not a card you want to play, but we're at a stage of Magic where, like, man, embarrassing cards just aren't embarrassing anymore. Like this, I want to show this to 2008 Ryan and say, in 2021, you're going to be ashamed to put this card in your limited deck because it's so bad, Ryan. That's how people are going to feel about this card. I'm going to be like, what? It's like first pick in 2008. Anyway, let's see. Old man yells at wolf. All right. Don't love the tail end. Don't love it, but don't hate it. I don't hate the wolf even. It's just like, whatever. It's 4 power at the 4 drop. It'll trade something on the ground. Maybe we'll activate it and it'll have actual evasion, you know? It's not... it's, again, 2008, Ryan cannot believe that we don't like the wolf. I like this hand. Taxidermist on 2, setting up a 2-spell 4 into reload on 5. Yes, please. Or even on 4. I say 5 mana, but it'll be turn 4 if the Taxidermist lives. Yeah, weirdly dominant on some boards, right, Funkenstein? I mean, you can absolutely activate that thing and get in. Hi. Okay, now I'm going to mute you all while I talk to Clara for a second here. All right, gang, a little discombobulated. Sorry, I meant to play the Taxidermist here, and now I'm just going to play the Prowler because I don't want to. I'm out of hourglasses, and again, focused on the right things here in life, but going to not have the turn auto pass on me and compound whatever mistakes I've made so far this game. I mean, I've curved out. It can't be that bad, but obviously, you want to play your 2-drop mana producers on 2. That's the ideal. Do we trade off here or are we racing? I guess we trade off here because I don't want the trainee to get even bigger. Got to stop this train. If we can, they could play the Might here. Looks like that's what they've got. Wow, just getting wrecked. Yeah, I like playing the 3 there because I've already missed out on the ramp, and then I have instead a 2/3/4 2-spell 4 that makes a lot of sense to me. That was pretty bad that they had the Might. We had to make him have it, but now we are in somewhat dire straits here. It's our buddy John Avon. No better land artist in Magic, if you ask this guy, anyway. All right, so now at 3 power and 4 toughness, do we take another stab at ending this resistance squad, or is it already too late? I think we don't need the mana anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and try the double block. Feeling very, very behind, and very much needing to get lucky on the impulse, in addition to having this not get blown out. Instead, blown out. So we have really no chance here. Oppo's just had perfect spells for every step of the way, and I've been without my answer spells. I mean, look at this. Look at this response. This is what I get to respond to those plays. Oh, I may have just been look, gang. I'm still. I'm out of whack. So I screwed up the turn. Is the bottom line. In my head, we needed to double block to have enough damage to kill. That's all. But I was wrong. That's just where, like, welcome to interrupting your Magic game to have a talk about a surgery, right? Okay, no worries.
Sorry.
No, it's you're so much more important than the outcome of this game, my dear. And this is just hilarious. Let's move on. Yeah, I just had no mental. I was never mentally in that game, and I was never strategically in that game. A bad combo, but actually, it would have been a lot worse if we had strategically been in that game, but mentally I was not. So if I'm gonna be completely distracted out of my mind for a game of Magic, might as well be one where Oppo had it all anyway. Well, it's one game, who cares? I mean, the whole conceit of gaming is that we pretend it matters while we're doing it. We know it doesn't. We all know that my daughter's upcoming oral surgery is a million times more important than any one result here. But when we do it, when I press that button, I'm blocking out the world and pretending that this is what matters. So let's pretend this matters and get it done. I like this hand. Let's keep it. Turn 3 Lightning Wolf will be nice. I want to talk to Cathlon D, but I'm probably not even making it through this draft. You're here a little late, but I'm taking my daughter to her oral surgery at about 11:15, which is 90 minutes from now. So we'll see how far we get. So let's not be hasty, Ryan. Taxidermist is where I'm leaning. Yeah, it's where we will. I just want to make sure we didn't want to kill something rather than just autopilot here. And then next turn we can decide about Weaver versus 4-drop. Probably want to do 4, but we'll also see what Oppo comes up with. All right, stuck on 2 is Oppo, and now we get a Fearful Villager, which is kind of interesting. We don't have attacks if we were to play a 3, so I'm not going to overthink it. We're going to Lightning Wolf, and then actually if we draw a land, we even have Activate Wolf if we want to do that to get in 4 and then play a 3 still. But let's yeah, if we like had 2 creatures or like a 2-drop creature and something to kill with a Braid, I would do it, but we're just gonna max out. I hear you, True. Oh, crowns. Brutal. I'm still just about recovered here with my most recent crown in terms of actually being able to fully use my right side of my mouth. Oh, that sucked. We lost our mana dork, but we got another one. And we need it because we didn't find land. We could offer up here, and I would trade a 2-for-1. They would get effectively 2 blood and 2 cards for our 1 card. And if we wanted, we could Massive Might anyway. So I'm going to send in. I don't think they're going to block anyway. We have a Braid and Massive Might to blow out double blocks. They have open mana, so it's not like guaranteed. But all right, they're going for it. I guess with Abrade and Might, we should go ahead and try. I think that's good enough. You let it go. True would just like let it go. Let's just take this trade. Yeah, we can at least let them act first. That's fair. Because they might have something. Yeah, let's just accept that. I think you're right. I think it's too risky into the open mana when right now what we're being offered is a pretty reasonable deal. That's just the safe play right there. Looks like maybe we could have gotten away with it, but I like the safe play. Now we'll weave. And next turn have Villager plus Might, if nothing else, possibly Abrade or Wolf Strike or... So they did have Abrade, so there you go. We did play around it correctly. And all things considered, this is okay too. We can Villager with Might up and then have a couple removal spells behind. The pauses give away the game here. I don't think there's another single green instant. But not everybody's paying attention to that. Looks like we'll Abrade the Stinger to get it out of the way, or Wolf Strike. Maybe, what's more... I mean, they can't block, so I think we actually let it go to Night, and then we do an upkeep kill. Or maybe we just wait. Maybe we don't even kill the Stinger until such... Like, maybe it's not even an upkeep thing, it's a wait-and-see thing. And we'll start to win this race with this werewolf versus this anyway, so it's on them to change the board. Black Clover likes the Abrade here. I'm cool with this. Yeah, I see. Like we'd much rather try to get this thing dead. Hey, bargain. Thank you. Appreciate that. Looks like we can get them both if we really want. So let's see what else they might... Okay, they're not doing anything else. I'm going to go... Wolf Strike on the Bloodcaster. I guess if they had Hero's Downfall, that would be really unfortunate. I guess I can do Abrade since that plays around a Downfall. Let's do that. Another good point. Try to use Wolf Strike on our turn if we're going to use it to get extra damage. I guess again our deck kind of needs 7 mana. We're probably just playing that out, but also black discards, and we've seen the Ghoul. Sorry, I'm off my meme game as usual here, but here, where is it? There it is.
Where is my
Yeah, again, we're winning this race, right? We can make them act. This is the chance, though. If we want to get extra damage in, we do it now. If they go to kill our werewolf, we'll probably have to use the Wolf Strike in response anyway. You say more damage later, but will it be? You know, like if they we can wait, but there's some risk here, right? If they kill our creatures and we're left with a Wolf Strike and a massive Might, we're not going to love our sitch. But if they do that, we can always respond with the Wolf Strike. And if it's red damage, we might be able to save it. If it's black damage, black kill, then we can at least Wolf Strike in response. So here we go again. We have another chance. I'm going to wait, though. We've kind of decided to wait by by that play. And there's a creature that needs to die for us to keep winning this race. But I'm going to wait and do it on our turn for the extra damage. Prowler is interesting, though. Maybe I'm just supposed to do that. But I kind of like getting the extra damage and the Socialite dead here. But we can take it for a turn, right? So we're talking 5, 6, 7, 8. We go to 5. They're about to blink. What do you mean? Like they're going to use removal or something? Well, let's attack first anyway. Siriana says, don't take it for a turn. Well, we got to decide now. This is it. But we do kind of set up... We have a heck of a next turn. I'm going to be risky. Risky for bisky. Yeah, if we exile an instant, we can make that cheaper. I'm going to play the wolf. We can handle it for a turn, Siriana. We can do this. We can do this. But what do we take with the Prowler? I guess we just make what's in hand cheaper, right? And I could play this land out. But if we draw our oddity, I'll play the land out so we can then, if we draw another land, still make the 7. Even we need 7 if we have our rare, but if we can still make it. It doesn't change our ability to hit 7 if we draw our rare. Now, Siriana said we shouldn't do this. We're taking some risk because this is us going to 5. There are potentially ways for them to get us from 5 to 0 in red-black, but I'm going to make them have it. And we have really the potential to just crack back for the win here unless they do quite a bit. Okay, that's good. Good start. Might still be able to do 10, though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we still have lethal unless they have something, so we're going to go for it. I can even impulse first and still have the mana for everything here, so we should start with an impulse. Also, yeah, we're not going to learn any... see? Yeah. Not that this matters. We can, but, you know. Now let's strike. We'll find out. Do they have it or not? Yeah, I guess if we were playing around a braid, I should start on the Fearsome Wolf. That's a fair point, Alexis. Now I'm doing this if we... it looks like they're desperate. Yeah, I didn't play around a braid. Alexis's line plays around a braid in a way that mine didn't.
Thank you. We got one!
Champ is here! The champ is here!
Yeah, my instinct is not to play into the thing that's easily killed. My instinct is to play into the hardest thing to kill, right? Like, when generally your heuristic when deciding where to use a fight or a punch is to pick your hardest to kill thing so that your punch lands, right? But when you have might backup and you actually want them to go for a damage-based removal spell, that's where you need to overcome the heuristic. Haven't updated my record at all. Let's get both the win and the loss noted. All right, here we go. All right, another fine looking opener. Wolf into removal into wolf. Might impulse on 4 if we don't find a land. Yeah, true. If we can, hey, we can prowl a land. Woohoo! Those spell lands are sure going to get cheaper for us. Bolt is a fine little pickup. I think we go ahead and impulse. It takes Bolt out of the picture if we don't find a mountain, but we can attack through Slayer here anyway, so we're going to start with the impulse. All right, Taxidermist is fine here. We can do Weaver next turn and still get in for this attack, as said. I don't know what other stuff we have, but we're going to keep making everything cheap. Not having an alternate plan. Yeah, but Bolt is not going to let us exile it, because Bolt exiles it ahead of us, so Prowler doesn't get to exile it. Yeah. Wolf Strike, sure, but we got 5 mana. 3 of it's got to be on the Weaver, leaving us with 2 that can either be Blood Petal or Flame Blessed. I like attacking here and blowing out a double block if they want to risk it. That's where we start. Kind of telegraphs, but you know. All right, they're just going to do that. We'll go ahead and finish that off, I think. I like bolting that and playing the Blossoms. All right, no 5th land. We can just expert here. I'm just on Strike It, Celebrant, eat a creature. Celebrant will even be cheaper. You know, let's just do that. But don't use that. Let's do it this way. Not that it matters that much. And we just need, we're going to need 1 for playing the Celebrant out after we exile, and we have it, so we can actually attack with everything here. And I guess I'm risking a Wrath, but whatever. Make them have it. You get a blood token if they do. There's 5 mana white Wrath. We could absolutely get wiped here. But I even like our spot in that case. Alright, that's not going to help him, I don't think. Or at least not enough. Bam! I appreciate you not blocking the first striker. If you're not going to just scoop. I'm a just scoop there. I know a lot of it's funny, there's a lot of, I think in Magic culture it's very, very accepted to scoop when the game's over, if not scoop before the game is over in a lot of cases. But there are some people who just don't understand why you wouldn't let an opponent attack and connect their creatures with your face to reduce your life total on screen from 10 to -4. Like, why don't you let me do that? Because that's a few seconds of my life I can never get back. I mean, it's just also like when you've been, whenever, if you've worked on games, especially worked on a game like Magic, I mean, you would be laughed out of the room if you were like not scooping when a game was over when you're playtesting, right? Like you've got to do it when you're playtesting. The whole quest thing, yeah, in fact, as we were talking about what types of quests to include, I got overruled on doing stuff like narrow mechanical stuff, more like, you know, taking a look at what the current standard is and saying, you know, scry this many times or whatever. And the pushback I got was like, well, then you don't just want to make people building the this isn't to win, this is just to scry a million times deck. And I'm like, is that really a like, yeah, it happens, but is that something that's really disrupting player experiences? I don't think so. But I brought up the fact that having an attack with, like, that there's a bunch of quest goals that are feel bad because if you do the, because your opponent scooping can prevent you from being able to add to it. So it's definitely a factor. So we've got Wolf ahead of Cheap Outcast, or we've got Dawnheart ahead of Humans. We probably want to go Dawnheart because maybe we find a 3-mana Werewolf, which does the trick of both triggering the Disciple and cheapening the Outcast. And then if we don't, we have Sporeback as a follow-up that still gets us there on the turn 4 Outcast. And in fact, if they had got removal, maybe draw it out with the thing that doesn't prevent the Outcast from happening. Didn't find a 3-drop of relevance. I'm going to go ahead. I can offer the Disciple. I don't love the trade where we trade and they get a new card and I don't. But I also don't hate clearing the way a little bit for the stuff to come. But casting this could make this... Yeah, I'm going to be patient. I think we can just drop the Sporeback and pass and find a better use for the Disciple than trading off for infantry. And yeah, because we get to pump it right now is for one thing, it gets an attack now. We can send in... I'm willing to trade Wolf for the Rider, so we could accept that double block. Yeah, just pop this down and send team. I will sometimes let an opponent go off if they're doing something very clever that I've never seen before. on the other side of it, like on Magic Online, when I play my Warp World deck, it would be interesting to see who would let me get to the prestige of that whole deck, you know, which is to fire off a Spawnsire of Ulamog at 20 mana. And I won a lot. I won maybe 90% of my games without ever activating the win condition. But then, like, about 10% of the time, someone would either be of that philosophy or be interested enough in what the heck my deck was trying to do to let it play out. All right. Interesting. I was going to impulse, and I think I still will. I just want one land to find a wolf, then fire off a wolf strike on the shield basher and then crash in. And if we fail to find a land in the top 2 cards, that's a bummer, but I'm risking it. I mean, we want the land anyway. Like, I'm digging for land here. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, I guess I could have done double red. That's fair. I was never going to do Prowler, though. I always wanted to do Wolf Strike. I'm killing this thing and attacking. Yeah, you could Prowl. I'm going to get aggro here. I certainly want this thing dead. And at this point, I'll trade off the Disciple. Yeah, I mean, either they spend their whole turn on infantry, which wouldn't be too bad. They'd have something that can trade with the Outcast, but then we'd be up a card after that trade. But if they leave it there, we can Prowl it. All right, so Boo. Is that exile or destroy? This must be other than. Oh, I hadn't flipped it. Never mind. It's a nighttime effect. Got it. All right. Well, we didn't get exactly what we wanted, but we got close enough. I'm going to go ahead and impulse again. Should we impulse again? We might end up in a situation where we have stuff we can't play, but we do have a whole other turn for it. I think we should. Because I can. Let's do it. I'm doing it. Yeah, perfect. That's fine. We still Prowl this turn, and we can still do both. Oh, except I did the wrong one, right? Sorry. I should have played this mountain. Little mistake, but we have so much land, it shouldn't cost us too badly. And we got our 7. Also, looks like I could have kept up mana. I keep forgetting this too. The Prowler effect. I could have left mana potentially to cast the Taxidermist. Maybe I couldn't have. I didn't actually work out. I didn't think back to what we cast. But maybe we used up all our green. I can't remember now. No, maybe not. Well, we still get to cast that. This is still a tough attack. They can double block now and 1 for 1. Then the Prowler. The Wolf gets in for 2. We drop into 4. This then 4 more creatures in the graveyard. So it's not even not even gonna get there if we trade off. But I don't see stopping attacking here. Like, we gotta just give up the Prowler at this point. So I gotta swing away. And I'm gonna take away more creatures from their yard out of reanimation instincts, even though they're white-green. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to go for wide width of... I just figured this is what was gonna happen. It didn't matter because we're losing our Prowler to this attack anyway. Rallier can't attack alone, but it can block alone. So I think we just want the bigger creature here. And we'll take the trade for the Rallier over the Rider. I'll play out one of these. We do have that rare that flips, but I'm going to hold the other forest. Yeah, that's funny, Siriana. The accidental win. I don't think you did the math there, Oppo. We are not playing Sure Strike. Oppo got a lot of cards here. Yeah, they got so many cards they're attacking. That's how good they feel. All right, I like that. Should I mean, this is at 3. I guess I don't have a creature to rummage away. Will we send the wolf? But that's the thing. I want to play this before because we have a rummage that is relevant. So I'm going to go ahead and Celebrants. And Taxidermist cast both Bolt and Might. So we should definitely do this and definitely pitch a forest here. I could do it mid-attack even, because they're both instants, but I like to know what's coming up here. Let's take a look. Disciple. All right, we can cast that after combat then, and send in just the wolf now. And then Taxidermist will finally grow. We could rummage that, but I think we might just want to play it. Like, they're at 4. You got a big menace. I think we just want to get wide. This thing's going to become lethal. Everything's going to become lethal here. And now we'll kill the flyer over the ground creature. And then, yeah, I just like dropping a Disciple. And, yeah, maybe the Disciple gets to train levels, but if we can coax Oppo into attacking with both of those creatures, we're pretty happy. All right, here we go. Okay, I am behind on my entry. I was like, do we have 3 wins? We have 3 wins. Very nice. All right. I like that we're 3-1 already. Can't do worse than 50-50 now. Sure, although interesting sequencing. Dawnheart likes to be ahead of the Taxidermist. Taxidermist likes to be ahead of everything. Probably just go with the mana producer over the human synergies, but we'll also see what we draw. Yeah, my instinct is always mana producer. That's my instinct. It's not always what my hands do, as you saw earlier this event. Epicure, you're late! Late! However, it does give us Disciple Epicure on next turn, or Impulse. Anyway, we're going to play the mana producer. Ah, Weaver, you say. We can go Weaver Epicure here. You'd Impulse next turn even with the Weaver draw? I like dumping 2 spells here. But yeah, we didn't know we were getting the Weaver. I'm going to start on... I guess if they've got It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I was trying to imagine playing around a Quench or a Mana Leak type spell and which sequence I'd rather do it in. And it's like, in either case, the Epicure resolves and the Weaver doesn't, so it didn't matter. Heron, Minister plus Heron is annoying. Now I'm in for impulsing, seeing what we find. Got a lot of green in hand, so let's do it this way. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, we got 4. We could even impulse again. If we get a land out of the impulse, it becomes not particularly playable, but we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. So if we impulse any land, you can think of it as scrying it away. Just working through that logic, and I do like it. So we're going to impulse again. Cool. This doesn't play, right? All right, so we let's play a Braid on the Heron. That thing's got to go. And then we can attack with Epicure. I'm going to leave Epicure back, actually, to... Well, if they want to attack with Minister, I'd almost rather have them do that than gain life, so I'm going to send in. Don't think it matters too much, because they just offset the attack with the life gain anyway. So play this Forest, this Disciple. I'm going to count that we got 5. We got 7, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Can't do quite all of it, but we can outcast Disciple and rummage away a Forest. And I guess we start there, although... Yeah, you'll start there. We do know we play Disciple, yep. But I'm doing this one and this now. We basically got all the value out of the impulses, so these were really 2-mana draw 2s. It was very nice. And a Wolf Strike is a sweet draw to boot. Kind of makes me want to pass and go Knight. We got a lot to flip here. And... yeah, swing the 5/4, and we have Wolf Strike to blow out double blocks. That seems fine. And then if they give us a double block blowout, we take it. And if they don't, we pass and go to Knight. All right, they got mana open. Does that change where we fire off this strike from? No, because nothing else has the power for it. Oh, anyway, so we got to do it here. Yeah, we might get responded to for sure. Let's find out. All right, they got us. That worked into some of our card advantage from the impulses, but we'll see what we can do to recover. Well, the mechanic screams red, yes, but the power level is Well, to be fair, Math, if they took it, I was planning to not spell that turn, right? So easy to say I screwed up the sequencing, but I actually had a reason for it. Not that it was correct. Maybe your line was correct, but I like it when I at least have reasons for my things that don't go as well as I'd hoped. Now we've got tough blocks. Anyway, yeah, red getting that ability is very red. It's just aggressively costed, right? It's pretty big, pretty good deal for red. That's the thing. Well, now I feel like we have not much to do but flip. And I don't know, I guess we have some more blood in the deck with the 5-drop, so I'm going to sandbag some lands here. Nowhere near flipping a taxidermist. But creatures can fall pretty quickly, I suppose. Well, that's a play. And look, it absolutely attacks in on this board. So there you go. This sucky card doesn't suck that much. Much better than a Snarling Wolf, points out Alexis. We cut Snarling Wolf over Lightning Wolf pretty much because of this exact scenario. It's just a better top deck. Still don't have attacks unless I want to offer up Rallier for Bosom Clad. And I'm going to say no, I don't. Not right now. Yeah, it is somewhere between Divination and Light Up the Stage. It's Light Up the Stage's 2 modes averaged out, which I'm sure was exactly what was thought of as it was being designed. Hey, there's the reason I held these lands, so that's cool. If I guess I can activate the wolf and play the Celebrants and hold blood for next turn. I do want to I think I'm nervous about the open mana and the 2 cards. Oh, we also have the wolf mana. So we got tons of mana we could get rid of both of those lands. So let's start with the wolf attack. And I'm not going to send the 3/4. Because then I reduce my ability to do everything else. Ha! Look at that. Wolf's like, I don't suck. Look what I did. Look at me. Let's go. Yeah, we'll do like this. And since I can't really play what I rummage, unless we specifically need like a might or a, like I got Flame Blast, Bolt, and Massive Might, right? So if we need one of those, it'll inform what color to get here. So I'm just gonna pass. You like having the werewolf as a blocker. This one? Yeah. That's another reason to have it back. I'm mainly having it back for the mana, but it does not suck on blocks here either, although the Rallier is not amazing. I guess we could just block with the Celebrants here. What's our plan? We don't block with the Celebrants. We send in, and I mean, yeah, we can put these two in the way. It's true that we're gonna rummage these away, and even if this dies, we have 7 mana. I like that. I like that thought, Alexis. Let's offer that. Keep the menace and offer up this and see what they got. Sure. And I'm gonna go for like toughness. Looks like neither. I guess I'll go red. Maybe if we draw a bolt, we'll use it on the flyer or something. But we're not even a. I guess the might. I mean, might turns the Epicure into a trade. So there's that. Yeah, I guess I would use might on the Epicure more so than the bolt. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Oh, it's only +2/+2. Yeah, never mind. I don't think it really matters here. Here you go. It's like it was this very narrow possibility anyway. I had giant growth in my head, but of course it's not giant growth. It's just +2/+2, and there it is. I like having this around with the Lightning Wolf. Let's see if they want to try and. Yeah, there should have been, honestly, oil can. That's one of my classic leaks, is not properly thinking about the mega block. But yeah, I like sending. Oh, wait. Yeah, and then here, and send these two. Oh yeah, I should have played Villager. It's all right. If I was going to attack with Disciple, which I could have, right? And probably should have. I'm, again, a little distracted today. Sorry, gang. An interesting game, though. We're going to go Villager anyway. I'm not going to not play it. But yeah, we had Villager attack with 2 Disciples, which would have been nice. Exploit is gonna get back some removal, it looks like. Probably take out the Binding Geist, or either one. They got a lot of choices here, but I think they want to get back their removal. It's true. But, you know, when I'm at my best, I'm actually thinking through those options and deciding instead of looking after the fact and saying, huh, could have done that. Maybe we should have. Yeah, we could have them at a virtual 10 here, but maybe they just take that and then we are in bad shape on defense. But we gotta try to do some mega blocks with Might here. Gotta watch out though. Might bringing up Might on any of these turns on this Valorous stance, so it's not a salve here. It's really just setting up for a different kind of disaster. We can double block. And unless this is something, at least 1-for-1 for this Rallier, finally. I think we have to try and do that. And we could offer Taxidermist for the Geist. Yeah, it is about to be big. And we can handle the 5. So let's take this. You like Taxi for Geist? I think I can't use the trick or they use the stance. Do we understand that? Like there's no trick, there's no massive mighting here. Yeah, going to 6 is risky. I'm going to do it. Yeah, now they may use the removal on the taxidermist as it is. But, yeah, they want... See, that's the yeah, they could have saved it. They could have done the save, but at least it would have gotten out of their hand. I don't know. It's just a game now of getting that known removal out of their hand. That's pretty cool. What do we need to get with this, though? I think we need to take out the flyer. Is that where we're at? Or are we lethal? You think we're lethal? Let's see. I should look. We go... Kill the Geist, attack in, and have 4 is blocked, but we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, not quite. Yeah, close. Too short, but if they don't block with everything, we get there. Their crackback isn't lethal. Could still do it. Trample. Oh, yeah, this has trample. That's fair. Okay. I like it. Good call. That was the missing piece. I could have done first strike on the wolf, but it doesn't actually matter here. In fact, we want to kind of encourage that anyway. Well played. Trample counters. Oh, looks like we were one short anyway, but again, I like this spot. They can't crack us back to 0. This looks very good to me. Not your classic attacking pumper colors either. They can stance something and lifelink something and maybe not... I couldn't kill the 3/3 though. All I had was a Flame Blessed Bolt. They can't really swing with that, though. That's interesting. I mean, maybe... Are they going for it? Yeah, okay. You think you can survive that, though? I guess they get... Kill one. Kill this one. Chump this one. Still taking 8. So I think we have it unless they have something else here. So it's all we got. I'm just making sure, like, I'll activate Wolf. Why not? It's all we got. And if they don't have anything, we win. If they do, we lose. Let's find out. We know about the one thing they have. The question is, what is this card? Little bounce, little destroy target attacker, and we lose a good game. Nothing, and we win a good game. But good game either way. Well played, Oppo. You had it all. I mean... a little floody at the end there. Probably better players win that game. I know I made some decisions there that swayed things, little directions here and there. Curious how a Ben S navigates that one, you know. But they, I don't know if I think I played a solid game, Haj. And I certainly didn't do anything wrong in like the last turn or whatever, but I definitely made some choices that game that you could second guess. And I don't know if any of those choices lead to better outcomes. Yeah, see, Alexis is exploring some of the possibilities that make me think I'm not willing to just say, you played perfect, nothing you could have done, move on. I mean, we'll move on, but I'm not I don't think I played that perfectly by any stretch. And it was a very narrow loss. All right, need another green here, but we'll keep. I mean, this hand would be perfect if you change a mountain to a forest. But what I don't like is now that I'm rooting for a forest. I got a 4 land opener and I'm rooting for land. That doesn't feel great, honestly. Yeah, this gives us something to do on 3 if we don't find our forest. Ugh, worst draw on the deck, unfortunately, and I really don't want to use either of these removals on the infantry, but this just kind of leaves us stuck. I'm going to say no attacks now. Haas says offer trade. I don't love it yet. Not when I'm about to play stuff that can stonewall it on their own. He's got vigilance. I mean, these are both, in my opinion, premium removal, and using it to 2-for-1 ourselves on a 2-drop just doesn't seem, or even, sorry, I'm not using, we're suggesting removal, retracted, but I don't even like offering, I just don't like offering a 2-for-1 at this point in the game. Well, if I draw the forest, then I'll offer the disciple. Although now they have a chump block, not a bounce block, with the guest. Well, we could fire off the abrade if we really wanted to do it, but I don't like doing it until I know I've got the green. Let's do that. I don't love leaving 3 mana fallow either, but that's what I'm doing. There's our green. And I will go ahead and play this despite the lack of a sack currently. You like just pass. I kind of like getting this out and doing the spell cheapening through attack. Yeah, that's where I was thinking, Alexis. We can still do the exiling when we attack. We don't need something out there. And shields are down. I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. We can at least send the disciple, see if they want to trade. They might think like, oh, I want the infantry as whatever. No trade. I'm going to do it. I get waiting, but I hope you get why I'm not. I mean, they're playing good removal colors, so there's also this chance the Prowler, we just don't untap with it. But I'm going to make them have it, and if they don't, we're in a pretty good spot. But they got all the possibilities here, really, with the black, especially. Should we block? I'm going to block. Desperate Farmer provides an alternative plan. I like abrading or striking the Prowler, dropping the Disciple, and then although Disciple Pump doesn't do anything, they still have a bounce block on the guest even with the Disciple. We could respond removal, it's true, but if we do that, Alexis, we don't have the remove from graveyard. I'm gonna abrade. Should I just be wolf striking? I'm going to take the hourglass to figure that out, because maybe I'm not supposed to be abrading. Abrading does 3. Why kill Farmer? Because if we don't kill it, it becomes annoying. Yeah, I guess we can do this. This. And even just and see how they block. But nah, I really want something in the yard. I'm gonna do my gut, which says use the abrade now. On the farmer. Disciple allows me to get in for extra damage this turn. I am. That was the idea. Yeah, but if we get him to block first, we don't get the Prowler trigger. So I don't know. So strike the farmer and swing away. They got open mana, but maybe so. Maybe I'm overrating it. That's fair. I'm gonna make him have it now. Worst case, they blow me out and I go help my daughter. And they don't have enough power to take out the Prowler now. And we'll offer these trades. Uh-oh. This waiting kind of... Oh. They've been attacking in with the infantry into, like, suicide attacking infantry. I don't know if they're just trying to get the aura or if they have something. But, yeah, it still might be piercing light. We'll see. No, now we've left combat. I don't know what they're up to. You think they just want the aura? It seems like what they're doing, I guess. Okay, there it is. It just felt weird. That block felt weird without killing the creature, but they did. And that's been what's been going on with these other attacks. Well, it's either a trade for the infantry. The trouble is now they trade for the infantry and then make a 3/6 that's actually pretty darn good against our board. If we hold back, why are we holding back? So we can find another human to make these 3/3s before we attack? Oddity is a reason to hold back. All right, I'm going to play a land and hold back. I don't think anybody said blood was bad. I think somebody said they didn't care about blood in green red. I think that was the way it was expressed. But I think you're pretty happy with blood in any deck just because of the baseline effect. But I hear what you mean, like that it's not a priority for you in green red. Hey, it's that demon we lose to when people cast it. Hey, everybody, it's that demon. All right, in plenty of time to get my daughter to her surgery. Oh, well. Look at me making legal magic plays, everybody. Legal magic plays, everybody. Oh, fuck off, demon. And that is F-A-K, fac. Like, you know, like a frequently asked questions off, demon. Oh well, I've been on the other side of that demon plenty of times, which is to say casting it. All right, gang. Well, Demon came along and made sure I would not miss my daughter's appointment. So thank you, Demon. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's this format. That thing shows up sometime and makes non-games out of games. Some interesting decisions today. I was not on my A game throughout, but chat was pretty much on their collective A game. A lot of good suggestions from chat. Good lines. Some of which I took, some of which I ignored. Some of which I ignored correctly, some of which I ignored incorrectly, which is kind of how it goes around here. I try to walk the line between acknowledging that that chat has great input and that I should be thinking about the stuff they're saying, and I want chat to feel like they can influence how things go around here. You come up with an idea, I'm going to listen, and we're going to try and figure it out. But I also have to avoid Twitch plays magic, which is where I just start to look at chat and just take the first thing that someone reasonable says and do it. And, you know, there's some merit to that, but it makes me feel like I've lost my way in terms of my own progress as a player and my own sense of a player. Like it's an interesting balance to play my game with you, right? It's a little bit of a juggle, but I enjoy doing it, and I thank you for your patience and thoughts and ideas and community. Thanks, everybody. Bye, YouTube friends.